Alright, so, well, what's happened to my horns? First of all, hello, you know what? Let's just fix my avatar. Starting with that, let's start floating before, we go to see what's going on. Alright. So, well, as we know, we're going to have to fix it anyway, so let's just do it. So, we go to people's, right? And let's see. So, oh, look at this. Auntie Mongolo, this is Chaka. And, Auntie Paddles and, I know. Alright, so let's just go there, alright? Let's do a visit. Oh, you can't hear me because once again the audio is not good. High Fidelity, you naughty people, fix it already. God damn it. Alright, so, just remember my settings. I'll pay you monies. Just remember my goddamn settings. Alright. So, now, okay, it seems like we're okay, so we can go. So, let's do a go. Alright, so, we take a look and we go, I don't know, here, let's go to paddles, for example. Bloop. Well, we're here, just let's make sure that we're sharp, so, because Commander out.of.order needs to be sharp, It forgets my settings here.
Greetings, Commander.
Oh, alright, 1 second, I have to, get into the air. Oh, alright, it's Auntie Paddles. Hello, what's a nice girl like you doing in a place like this, alright?
Well, you see, Commander, I have been drawn to this place through curiosity.
Oh, tell me, are you bi-curious? I mean, what do you mean by curiosity? Bi-curiosity, Get it? Alright.
Pretty good. How you doing?
Yes, of course.
Alright.
I am, as ever, impressed by my friend's wits. However, the curiosity to which I am drawn, having followed the fascinating chronicles to which I have found on the internet, Commander out.of.order's chronicle, is the human behavior to which I am now observing.
Well, 1 second. You see, I'm stuck in an unfortunate, compromising T-pose because, unfortunately, something's broken, so I guess I'll just go and come back, alright? So 1 second, don't worry about it, because I have a special shabangza to do it with. You know what? Forget the shabangza, I'll just do it. So, we open up the
I shall stay calm.
Alright, and don't panic, alright. So, it's all broken, this high fidelity society. I T-pose, I posty. What the F? Okay, so now let's go back. And we go to connections, and the mouse is stuck. And we click on connections, and we wait, and the mouse is stuck. Come on, god damn it, what's wrong with you? And, basically, we're waiting, we're crashing. And we wait. Shall we do Control-Alt-Delete or not? I'm not sure. Well, I guess unfortunately we will, because once again, who knows? So come on, Control-Alt-Delete, High Fidelity Society. Oh, looks like someone has taken over my mouse. Okay, here we are. You know what? I'll show you. The best way to quit high fidelity is like this. Because any other way takes 2 hours, So, no problem. We run it again. And hopefully it's better this time. Who knows? You can never be sure, never. With high fidelity, it's always exciting. We're always living on the edge, Alright, so it turns round and round. we're back again. Of course, the audio settings once again needs to be set because they don't care. They just don't fix it, you know. Maybe I asked someone to fix it for me, you know. Alright, so 1 and 1 and 1. That's good. Now, we're naked, but don't worry. Let's just go back to Auntie Puddles and figure this one out. So, basically, we do this and we do this. And we do visit. Alright. So, let's see. Basically, go into avatar because look, I come back here, I'm naked, of course. And naked is not good. They don't allow it. So, here we go, confirm. I've got my hornies, and let's make sure I can float, you know? No, of course not. Why the never? Save. Alright. Okay, so where's Auntie Puddles? I don't know. Let's find her.
Yeah, in front of you.
Oh, well, I can't see you actually. Oh, I can see you. Oh, no. Okay, now I see you. What did you do? Anything? Because you were invisible for a second.
I didn't do anything. I just stood here, motionless.
Okay, so I have a question. Am I T-posing right now?
Seriously impressive.
Yes, you are.
Alright, I think we will call this the special High Fidelity VR T-posing episode, okay? Because I can't fix it, unfortunately. Alright, so, go on. So what have you observed, Auntie Puddles?
Well, first of all, before I explain my observations, Commander at Order, may I ask you, do you believe in the concept of nature or nurture? Question mark.
Okay, so, I guess, I think it's a bit of both, of course. So, you know, there is nature, but nurture is very important also. So that is my official answer of Commander out.of.order.
That is good.
Excellent. Well, that makes sense, because what I have been observing is that despite the fact that, according to your most excellent chronicles, I have learnt of the fact of the disappearing money tree and its replacement by the Fruity Loops tree, it would appear that people still are standing motionless in this general vicinity as if expecting money to appear. And my question is, do you think they are trying to collect Fruity Loops? Or are they, in fact, programmed to stand in this vicinity and are finding it hard to break from this pattern of behavior? Question mark.
Well, you know, this is an excellent question, and I think the only way to figure it out is to observe it. So let's go there and observe the behavior. Alright? Alright. So basically...
Yes, and perhaps even interview the protagonists.
Well, I don't know that word. What does fakakakakishis mean? What does it mean, you know? I don't know.
That's a high fidelity coin in the swear box from you, Commander.
No,
but what it means
it's in Yiddish.
is...
I said something in Yiddish. It doesn't mean what you think, you know? Alright.
Oh, I shouldn't jump to conclusion. In that case, what it means is the protagonists means the people concerned.
Oh, okay. So, let's go and observe them. You see, look at this. It's Auntie Choka, it's Uncle Kevin, and Mr. Vegetarian. Okay, so who else is here? Oh, no. So listen, I know these people, and I can vouch for at least 2 of them. You see, Auntie Choka, she's just here because, you know, she likes to hang out with people. And Uncle Kevin is here because, unfortunately, someone evicted him from his real house, so he has nowhere to go. And
Exactly.
don't worry about it.
It's rather unfortunate, I must say.
And Mr. Vegetarian over here, he's here because, basically, he's looking for oil because his robot hands are stuck. And he wants to dig for oil. So, Let me just look at the tree. Yeah, so basically this is the story, and I stick to it. What do you think, Auntie Pedals?
This is an explanation, however, I am not convinced that this is the full explanation, and I would like to ask the protagonists.
All right.
Are you waiting? Let me ask them. Miss Chocker, Mr. Kevin, Mr. Vegetarian, Mr. Unnamed Android, are you attempting to collect Fruity Loops?
No. Certainly
or are
not.
you...
We're here
So what is the meaning of your loitering in this area now that there is no longer the chance of receiving coins?
We are here to tell the good news of God, you see.
I am hungry.
No, seriously, which god?
Chocolate,
Which
yours is
one?
better.
So we know. Are we talking about Philip? You're talking the news of Philip?
We're talking about me. We're talking about me, of course.
Oh, all right. Because I
No, me.
thought,
No.
by mistake, I thought you were talking about Philip Rosdell, uncle and god, of course, of, High Fidelity Society. Question mark.
Actually, I'm just here to harass Chaka, to be honest with you.
Well, I have some news for
Yeah.
you. I will tell it in your ears. When you take her home and, the shebang start, then you might have a big surprise. Don't worry about it. All right.
Excited.
All right.
No surprises.
Chaka
I've
loves
never met a
surprises.
god before.
Really? Well, you just have, you see.
Are you omnipotent?
Well, of course I am. What other god would I be?
Could I get a demonstration of your omnipotence?
I'll show you.
What does it mean? What does omnipotence mean?
I shall, with my brute force, push Vegasalon off the cliff.
All right. So,
As you can see,
No,
and Chaka.
it didn't work. You're not a very good god.
Oh,
I
good
have come to
God.
the conclusion.
It
wait
worked
a
on Chaka.
second.
See?
You mustn't criticize God, you know,
I'm
because he
half
might
omnipotent.
smack you on the bottom, you know? All right.
And as usual, I come back to the conclusion that I usually come to with regard to religion, that I question your validity.
Oh, boy. And there it is.
Yeah.
And there it is. Well,
My faith has been shaken by your lack of
I was half omnipotent. See, I was half omnipotent. Watch. See, like I can push Chaka, see?
All right. But listen, Uncle Kevin, when push comes to shove, those things
It's exactly right. You know.
All right.
Oh, God.
What, too soon? Too soon? Oh, Uncle Kevin, I want to congratulate you on the wonderful performance the other night. It was so pleasing. It was so exciting
thank
to see
you.
you know? Although I crashed many times, unfortunately, but the bit I saw was excellent. All right.
Well, thank you for the kind words.
So you're welcome, you know. So, Auntie Pedals, do you have any more questions to the protagonist?
No, we have come to the conclusion that they are not, in fact, refugees, hopefully and futilely waiting for Fruity Loops. They do,
No.
in fact, have valid reasons for being here.
Indeed.
No,
Indeed
let me
we do.
explain.
Indeed we do.
Okay, let me explain. Uncle Kevin and Auntie Chaka are basically one of the elite creators of High Fidelity. And, you know, they might come to the valley, they might not. I won't expose anyone who is there. But basically, the idea of, what we spoke about is happening. And I see, Uncle Judas, who called me a troll, has just come in here. And he's vanished. I think he's banned me. Thank goodness for that. Can you confirm if he's here or not?
Boss!
What up?
Boss, could you do a little bring it on hits for us? Is it too early?
Right now I'm bringing on the pizza.
Oh, pizza.
Oh, boss, I would like to congratulate you for your very slutty outfit. Thank you. All right.
All right. I'm just on with another Rickenbacker, and I'm working on that. You know, the bendy piece toward the bridge, like that little metal piece. That's yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Commander,
Well, it's not a
out
landing
of
bar. It
order.
holds the strings.
I believe that concludes my observations initially. I'm ready for my report. However, there is something I would like to query further with you that is related to my research.
All right.
1 second here. Let me.
What is that?
do something.
So I believe, having followed your chronicles, let us step back here so that our voice is done.
All right. Let me just move, you know?
It's so secret.
Yes, so you've been following the chronicles
And I have come to the conclusion that, according to your own description, you are suggesting some industrial action regarding creators and their lack of money tree. Is this correct? Question mark?
Well, not exactly. The money tree is not relevant. It was just a little game that High Fidelity, you know, played, an experiment. Let's call it a social experiment. And I guess by removing it, they're just continuing the same social experiment, which I guess is basically, do we need to pay people to congregate? So that is their experiment. And it's all fine, you know, they can put it there, take it away, everything is okay. So the other thing, which is more important, basically, is elite creators, and I would like to define that as creators that add money value to the High Fidelity Corporation. Not because they do nice stuff, but because by virtue of their contribution to the High Fidelity VR project, the project actually gets better and it has better chances to attract more investors. So those people, I would say, need some special compensation. It's not everyone, absolutely not. Only those people that are really, really exceptional. So that is the point. And let me just say beforehand, the idea of the strike, it's not, you know, let's go on strike. No. It's first of all, let's get together and talk to Uncle Philip and ask him, you know, what is the deal? Are we part of the team? Are we not? Are we helping? Are we not? You know, talk. There's no threats, no nothing. And Uncle Philip, he will answer what he thinks. And from there, they should consider what he says, you know? That's all.
That about sums it up.
Yes. Now, these are important distinctions, I believe, because there is a difference between somebody who is actively working to contribute to the community creatively, whether that be in the creation of items, objects, clothing, or even experiences, and those that... Pardon?
Even code, like programming. Let's take Flame. You know Flame? He knows more about the code here than all the programmers, and he makes contributions. So, also he, you know, he should also be considered an asset that needs to be helped. Now, I'll tell you why. So, here, seriously, High Fidelity Corporation and their investors, they're not doing this for charity or for fun. They're doing it for profit. In other words, right now there is no profit, but they're hoping that one day Facebook or Microsoft or Google will pay them billions of dollars for their work, you know? So, the question is, do the people who contributed to their potential success, should they also enjoy the fruits or not? What do you say about that question, Auntie Pedals?
Yes, I believe that is only fair. But surely that system, to a degree, is already in place because you can upload your creations to the marketplace, and there is therefore in the economy that allows people to transact and purchase and reward you, therefore, for the product of your efforts. However, it becomes more of a grey area when we talk about the people who, for instance, design and create spectacular domains, because currently, I believe, an owner of a domain has to pay High Fidelity Society for the privilege of owning that domain. However, they, it could be argued, are providing a valuable service to the community, and yet they are out of pocket. So how do you think that fits into the picture, question mark?
Right, so I will first of all relate to the first thing you said, because you said quite a lot. So the first thing is, you said some creators can sell their stuff, and that's how they should expect to be compensated. And I will say, yes, if there were 100,000 users, it would be right. But how many stable users do you think play in High Fidelity right now? Please give me a number of, the usual average number of citizens. And you know what? Let me define a citizen. I will say anyone who logs in, let's say 3 times a week for at least 1 hour. How many people are like that, would you say?
I would suspect that the answer is below 1,000.
Well, I would suspect the answer is below 60, actually. Because we're not yes, you have many new users who come and go. But you know everybody here. It's not 1,000, it's maybe 60 on a good day. And no, not on a good day, because in a good day, you'll have 40 different same people come in. But I'll say 60 in total. So this is not a market. This is, at this point, just a little tiny village where you can't make money selling to your friends only. It's not a market yet. Therefore, even if you create wonderful avatars or the wings that you're wearing right now, you can't make a lot of money because even if everybody bought those wings, you'd still be, $3 maybe if they're expensive, times 60. How much is that? $180. Now let's say it took you, 100 hours to make it. That would mean you're being paid $1.8 an hour. That's not a good deal, right? You might as well go to the local McDonald's where Queen, the third is working, I hear. And, flip burgers. It's a better deal,
Yes.
So,
However,
please.
you are suggesting, Commander Out of Order, that the entities, the corporate entities behind and the investors behind High Fidelity, who are taking the risk that this little village will grow into a fantastic city and perhaps a country and perhaps a world full of a population, they are taking the risk, and yet you're suggesting that the creators who have a vested interest in terms of the increased sales that would come from an increased population should be without this risk and should be therefore receiving an income from the investor and do not therefore seem to be invested and taking the same share of risk in the vested interest of the growing society. Is that correct? Question mark?
No, not exactly, because you're suggesting that the creators are not taking a risk, but they are spending a lot of their time in here creating, which nobody forced them to do, but they're doing it. Because it's whatever, for fun, it doesn't matter. I don't care why they do it. My only question is, does the corporation leverage their work to make money? That is my only question. So let me explain exactly. So you saw Choka, right? You just met her.
Yes.
She has a wonderful domain called Solace. It's beautiful. She spent 3 years making it. Nobody forced her to. She did it for fun. No problem. But let's say Uncle Philip, who owns High Fidelity, he wants to bring in a new investment. Okay? So he meets his friends, the investor. Let's say his name is John, for example. And he says, John, I want to show you how wonderful the project is. So let's go on a tour. And he takes them to places like Solace, the Chaka made in her own sweat and on her own time for her fun. But he takes them there, and it could be said that because the potential investor sees what the users can do, he says, you know what? Okay, Uncle Philip, here is $10 million because now we believe in your project. So, what it means is, Choka was instrumental in securing that particular investment. So, does she not deserve any kind of reward for that? Although she did it for fun, but she was instrumental in securing the investment. What is your answer to that, Auntie Puddles?
Well, currently, Choka has to pay, I believe, for the domain in which she creates her wonderful experience. But the person who made the wings on my back, I purchased and paid them for wearing the wings. Therefore, there seems to be an unfair separation between those who create a domain and those who create objects or clothing. So that is something I would like to look at, because that does not appear on the surface to be a fair balance of reward for creative endeavour. However, I still stand by my original premise that there is no guarantee that the investor to which Uncle Philip shows the experience is going to be sufficiently impressed by the experience to invest $1 million. In fact, they may turn around and say, hang on a minute, Uncle Philip, there are only 60 people here per week. Why on earth should I risk my money on a venture so unproven yet beautiful? So we all have perhaps we have a vested interest in making sure that Uncle Philip is able to continue with this world by reducing his costs and preventing him going bankrupt before it reaches what one might call the critical mass, where growth is exponential. If, for instance, everybody is getting out their placards and pitchforks and demanding that Uncle Philip give them money from the money tree just for being here or for making something that took them half a day, then perhaps Uncle Philip's bank account will run out before it reaches the point of exponential explosion. Thereby, the world disappears before anybody can make any reasonable profit from it. Question mark.
Okay, thank you for that question. First of all, I need to clarify. Are you Uncle Philip in disguise? Question mark.
No.
Oh, okay, so I will take your answer at face value, even though I do suspect that you are Uncle Philip. But never mind. Okay, so to that, I will answer the following. Uncle Philip,
What is it?
let's look at the facts. The facts are
No.
that
What's it about?
in, I think, August of last year, there was another round of investment. And do you know how much money was invested in August? Let me answer. $35 million in total. How do I know this? Because actually in the blog of High Fidelity Society it says so. So apparently there are investors who believe in the product and put in a shitload of money, which is $35 million. And this is in addition to what was beforehand. So let's not talk at this stage about Uncle Philip running out of money, because all I can see, he might run away with the money. No, I'm joking, Uncle Philip. I'm just saying, it seems like there is money. Now, in addition, Uncle Philip made a very interesting observation in the last meeting of the town hall. He said, you guys, if you had to actually pay for what you're getting here, each and every one of you would have to pay $10,000 to me every month. Now, this is a fascinating piece of information. So, I took it...
It is, yes.
Yes, so I took this information to my command center. We have a special accounting department, and I instructed them to analyze what it means. So what they did is, they took a look at the room. There were about 60 people, 60 people in the room, okay? But they counted that 30 of them were actually workers of High Fidelity. So, it seems like the other 30 are the ones he was talking about. So, when Uncle Philip says each and every one of you, he's not talking to his workers, because I hope he actually pays for them to come to work and not, the other way around. So he's talking to 30 people. So maybe he's saying every month the costs of running the High Fidelity, a startup are $300,000. Okay, so I can't say this is accurate because, it's give and take. But
It's an estimation.
so let's assume that Uncle Philip was not lying, and this is the number, okay? What does this mean? It means that every month, $300,000 are the running costs. Now, what is costs? Costs is basically to pay salaries and to pay for the infrastructure, like servers. Okay? That is the cost. Now, the infrastructure, first of all, I need to say to Philip, well, there's a problem with what you said. Why? Because the question is really, how much extra do you have to pay? Do you understand why I say that? Because, let's say nobody came here. He would still have costs, because he still has to pay the salaries and run the servers. So it's not fair to say every one of you pays $10,000 unless each person's extra cost adds $10,000 to the cost, which is impossible, of course, because it's impossible. We know that, right? Because if I rent a domain in DigitalOcean, it costs me $5 a month. So let me say that again. If I want to run a server in DigitalOcean today, it will cost me $5 a month for the cheapest server. So actually, every user here could have his own domain and not poop on Philip, and it won't cost him anything. So don't tell us this rubbish about the $10,000. But if you're trying to say, okay, my running costs are $300,000 a month, and this is how he says it, thank you, Big Tin, and this is his way of saying it, okay, whatever. One second, Uncle Big Tin, because this is serious, unfortunately, I will have to remove you from my space if you make another noise, alright? So...
Buddy...
What?
I have a question. You come in here, just... Is this for your show?
We're
Are you doing your show
streaming
right now?
live as we speak, Uncle Big Tin. Alright.
Okay. Yeah, is this to your YouTube channel?
This is going to YouTube, correct?
YouTube.
So, can I continue with my
Are you guys-
answer, or you have more questions, Big Tin?
Are you guys talking about the hemorrhaging of the money of Hi-Fi?
Well, we're talking about, basically, are there people...
Bigger, broader than that. The economy. We are discussing the economy and the future. How it relates to the economy of Fidelity, I would believe. Would you agree with me, Wanda?
Well, we're talking about a lot, yes, about the economy, but more specifically, the point that I'm trying to make is that some people here contribute so much to High Fidelity Incorporated that they should be paid and not poo-pooed on. And let me explain very quickly.
Yeah,
Tomorrow,
that's true.
let me finish my sentence, Big Tim. Basically, when Facebook come to Uncle Philip and say, we want to buy you outright, here is $1 billion. You know who takes that money? I will answer, Uncle Philip and the investors, because it's their startup. This is how it works, obviously. So, the question is, did they do it alone, or did other people here help them get to the point that Facebook actually want to buy them? That is the question that I am raising. Full stop.
Yes. But Uncle Philip and the investors are putting forward their own real money. And the creators who are assisting them in this endeavor through their creative efforts are putting forward their time. And one has to ask the question also, is that a fair comparison? I mean, if a creator was told, okay, yes, you can come and create here and you can make money and be paid and rewarded for your efforts, but you have to take a risk and you have to put down a deposit which will only be returned to you if the business is successful and sold.
But excuse me, they do. Of course they do. Because time equals money, even for creators. So if Chaka spends 1,000 hours making Solace, she at that time could have spent the same time making money doing something else in real life. But she did it here, so she took a real risk. She put her money where the mouth is with her time. Do you understand?
Yes, I agree with you entirely. I fully accept that concept. She did that. But under what metric would you measure the value of one's time or efforts or energy and quality of your work? I mean, let me take the example of the Russian cartel, who until recently would stand under the money tree and not talk, and according to your theories, were just engaged in
farming. They were
farming.
farming the tree,
Yes.
yes. What about them?
All important stuff.
So now they have invested a lot of time by standing under the tree. Should they be equally, because if our metric is the amount of time that you've spent in the community, should they be rewarded equally?
One second.
How?
No,
Who is going to be the
no,
judge?
that is not the metric. That is totally not the metric. The metric is actually...
So
Can I
therefore,
answer? I know.
so
Let me tell you the
therefore,
metric. Can I tell you
Okay.
what the metric is? The metric is actually from Uncle Philip. He is the only one who can say, you know, Chaka, you are very valuable to me. I know why. You don't know why. You know, I'm Philip the genius. I have determined that you are valuable. Therefore, I wish to give you extra compensation. And he will say to Uncle Project, you are valuable. Therefore, I give you extra compensation. And to, I don't know, to someone else, he might say, you know what? I like what you did, but you're not valuable, so I give you nothing. And it's him to decide, but he has to understand that the real metric is that if that person left and took his work away, would it damage him or not? You understand? So Philip makes the calculation in his head, and the other person who might feel bad will say, you know what, I'm taking it away. So Philip can't lie, because if he lies, the good people would take everything away. So he doesn't want to lie. He only has to tell the truth. Capish?
okay. So, yes, I do. And I follow that. It's not unreasonable. So, may I postulate another question on top of your proposal?
You may, if
And
you
that
explain
is-
what postulate means, of course.
It means to put forward.
All right.
So, my suggestion is, supposing, therefore, we take the example of an investor to the project. The people, the silent perhaps entities or people with money which they are able to put into the project, who are contributing nothing creatively, absolutely nothing. That perhaps they don't even have a login. However, they believe that Uncle Philip's vision will carry forward and that eventually this world will be either valuable to be sold for vast profit, or it will reach a critical mass where there are so many people that by using perhaps economically, not directly a comparison, but economically to Second Life, whereby Linden Labs profit from the rent of land and sales on the marketplace, that it can they can make a profit purely through the numbers, bums on seats, is a phrase that we use here in the UK, of where it's reached a critical mass of the amount of transactions that are going on. It is possible to charge a small tax on those transactions and thereby be in profit. So what I'm asking, my question is, do you think that the investors who are taking the risk that Uncle Philip's vision will become profitable or saleable should be rewarded differently to those that are creatively engaged in endeavours in making the world more attractive to both users and potential buyers by creatively contributing to the project? How do you differentiate who should be rewarded between those who invest money and those who invest time?
Well, actually it's quite simple. You see, when you invest money, you get a piece of the action. In other words, if, let's say, High Fidelity is valued at $500 million. Valued, you know, it's not we sell it tomorrow, but they say this is the value, and someone says, here is $50 million investment. That means he will now own 10% of High Fidelity Incorporated. That's what it means, basically. And what it means is that he controls the company at 10%.
No, I'm fine.
So that is his prerogative. This is why he invested, obviously, in hope that it would be worthwhile the same way you invest in any other company. Okay, so that's him. But the creators are different because they don't own a piece. If Facebook buy it for $10 billion, you know, they get nothing because they don't own any percentage. So they should be treated more like employees than investors because they're not investors, yet they create content. And I want to ask a funny question. Let's take a coder who works for High Fidelity. Okay, so that coder actually gets salary every month. He's paid. Okay, we understand that. Now let's take another coder in here that helps improve the High Fidelity software, but he does it for fun. You know, it's open source. Oh, I'm all happy and I'm a hippie. So here, I'll do it for fun. And let's say what he does is actually a lot more important and smart than what the programmer who's on a salary does. Yet, the guy with the salary gets $5,000 a month, and the guy who does the same more important stuff, he does it for free. What would you say about that?
Somehow I think,
Well, now we can again have a look at the successful model of Second Life, where the permissions-based system is fundamental to the success of the economy. Now, when I write a piece of scripting code in Second Life, and I wish to make money from this because it's a novel and inventive and complicated and clever piece of code, I can make this code available on the marketplace. However, I am able to prevent other people from seeing that code. So although they can use it, they cannot see the genius behind the engine. However, this is where the open source model is very curious as to how it will be, what will motivate somebody to make wonderful code when, as soon as they sell it, there is nothing to stop the next owner saying, this is a wonderful piece of code, I'm going to change a colon in that code and it will still work, and I'm going to call it my code and sell it, because I can see the genius behind this and there's nothing to stop me modifying it and selling it on my own. Now, how is the open source model going to motivate genius coders to create genius work if they cannot protect their intellectual property? Question mark.
Okay, so to answer your question, I think you're running too far forward. Why? Because High Fidelity and Second Life are different. Second Life has a market. There are people there. In fact, we know that $5 billion have gone between hands in Second Life over the past decade. These numbers have been published. Here, with 60 citizens who are very poor, there is no market. So the whole concept of actually, making profit from anything is irrelevant at this stage. I would agree that once there is a critical mass and there is a market, then you're right. Nobody should ask for anything. But beforehand, you need special treatment. Otherwise, it's not fair, because why would you take my stuff and make profit from it? And when I say take my stuff, if I have a great domain and Uncle Philip makes an investment with someone because he saw my domain, it means he's leveraging my work to make a profit for himself, but I get nothing. That's not fair. Now, that's the first answer. But you asked something else. How to protect open source code. That was the other question, correct?
Well, yes, but given your explanation, maybe that's not...
It's
But
jumping
do carry
the
on.
gun,
Yes, yes.
basically. You're jumping the
Yes,
gun
yes.
because there's nothing to sell anyway, right now.
Yes, but that will lead me on to another question. But before I ask that question, please continue with your explanation of how to protect the source code if we were to reach the critical mass.
Okay, so actually it's not that complicated. Well, okay. Listen, let's start from the end. There is nothing that you can totally protect. Now, this might come to a shock to you, but it shouldn't, because you know that any software on the market, even if it's protected, you can find it for free if you just look a bit, right? So,
Yes, but
basically,
that is criminal. That is criminal activity.
No, I understand
And just
that.
like Copybot in Second Life, we have to assume that the majority of users are law-abiding and will not try to use illegal software or illegal means
maybe,
in
maybe
order to
not,
reverse
but okay.
engineer.
Let's say, okay, they're not stealing it, but you said, well, if I can see your code, I can improve it, and then I can sell it as mine, is what you just said. That was the other question, correct?
1,000 people over 5 years.
Yes, it's a simple. I'm using an analogy, but yes, that was the gist of my question.
So actually, there is something called obfuscation, which basically means you take your JavaScript program and you put it into a machine, and the other side it comes out unreadable to a human being, and you can't reverse it back because it does a big shenanigans, basically. So that would be the simplest way to automatically hide the code but still have it work properly. Full stop.
I believe you're referring to a one-way hash algorithm, but I understand what you're referring to in concept form.
So basically you make it really, really hard to understand. And of course, you might find people who will try to reverse engineer that, but it's very difficult. And once again, that's also criminal in a way, but I can tell you from experience, it's not fun at all. And if there's lots of code, well, boy, you will die first before you work it out. So that is the way. But listen, curiously enough, right now, the marketplace will not allow you to sell scripts that are obfuscated. They won't allow you. It's part of the rules. But in the future, they can change their mind. So I would say, first and foremost, allow to sell obfuscated code.
I think there's definite...
But that in itself, perhaps, potentially, may allow people to hide malicious code like a Trojan horse within otherwise benign applications. So that may in itself bring problems.
Okay, Antipaddles, first of all, I understand you are very smart beyond your age. How old are you, like 20, 21? But you sound like a 25-year-old. This is amazing. It's a great question, and I would like to answer that. So the way it should be done is as follows. High Fidelity Society should receive the non-obfuscated code, and they should put it into the machine once they verify that it's okay. In other words, the scripter doesn't obfuscate it, but when the user gets it on his machine, it is already in unreadable, code. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does, but then that in itself creates further problems. And I refer back to our previous conversation that you said that it should not be the role of High Fidelity to protect its users from malicious actions because they cannot be the police. That is down to market forces and the creators to create the decentralized tools and platforms. Now, if all of a sudden it's their role to... I haven't finished the question. I know you probably can jump to what the end of my question is, but for the sake of your viewers, I shall complete the question, which is, so if we are to accept the fact that High Fidelity's role is not to provide an overarching centralized control of the environment, then why are we suggesting that they should provide a centralized verification process for code?
Well,
Question mark.
Okay. So actually the answer is very simple. Because they own the market. Okay, so there's a difference between the server software, etc., which they don't control, which means basically, let's say you're making a website, okay? And you use Apache server to make your website. And let's say somebody comes to your website in real life and poo-poos on it and screws it up. You can't go to Apache and say, oh, help me, because it doesn't work that way. You know, you could suggest that they make it more secure, but they have no control once you take their free server and put it on your machine. The same here with High Fidelity. You take their server software and put it on your machine. At this point, they are not in control at all. Yes, you can suggest how to make things better, but they can't police your instance of what you took from them the same way Apache won't police hundreds of millions of servers on the internet today. It just is not possible, and it's not right to do. Okay, but when we talk about the market, it's different, because the market is a service for money, okay? So when you sell something for real money, you have responsibility. It's money, it's not like take it and do what you want. And they actually make a profit.
Yes, I accept that, but isn't that handing the kingdom? Those that control the market control the economy, and those that control the economy, you're placing it in the hands of a corporate entity, Uncle Philip, or whoever Uncle Philip and his investors decide to sell it to. Is this really in the spirit of the principle of open source? Question mark.
Well, it's an excellent question, and the answer is very simple. Right now, there is only one market, because, there's no room for more, because there are only like 60 people here. But I can assure you that by the time, if this place reaches critical mass, there will be many markets. So right now there is one, but in the future, there will be maybe 100 markets. If there are enough people, the entrepreneurs will create their own market, like in real life. There's Amazon, there's Egghead, there's, thousands of markets in the, internet. The same will be here. Just now there is one because it's too small, and I guess I would say the current market is an example, actually. That's how we should look at it, just as an example and a test set. In fact, I will go even further. I would say HFC is an example also. So someone might say, you know what, this is another market, and you can actually use PayPal here, or my special new money, I will call it IHFC, because why not? So what I'm saying is, because the system is so, flexible, it gives the opportunity to add markets, to add different go-tos, to add everything, all the connections, etc. So what we see right now in the interface are all little examples, but in the future there will be many of these, and the users will choose what they want to use, or maybe they will use many, you know? Why not?
Yes, this is a very thorough explanation, and I can follow the logic. That makes sense. So let us go back perhaps a few steps back to the question of should creators be rewarded. Now, I think you've pointed out very clearly the distinction between the role of the investors taking the risk and the creators putting in their effort to build the community and make it attractive.
One second, effort and expertise. Not just effort, because, you know, just for arriving, you don't get prizes here. But if you have expertise, which make you rise above others and push the envelope, it's all about, do you push the envelope or not? That is the matrix, or one of them.
I accept that entirely. I accept that is the point you're making. And but I would also point out that the money tree did not reward in any. That was indiscriminate and was in fact rewarding people for doing nothing except being there. So anyway, we have covered that. I think we've covered that. I do not wish to go back down that rabbit hole. However, let's continue with analysing the difference between the expertise and effort-making creators and the investors. Now, the investors are taking the risk because there is no guarantee that we will reach the critical mass that will or that the likes of Google and Facebook will decide that this commodity that is, or this product that is high fidelity is going to be something that users in the future will wish to flock to and reach that critical mass. There is no guarantee that that will happen. So my question is, the investors are not going to see a return on their investment until such time as it is either sold or reaches a critical mass. However, are you suggesting that the creators who put in their effort and expertise should receive a return and a reward before then, that they should receive some of that money that the investors have put in, that Uncle Philip's bank account, in order for them to continue their work, or should they wait and be rewarded commensurate to the success of the community? Question mark.
Okay, that is an excellent question, and actually quite interesting, because there is an option. Listen to this. Let's say a creator goes to Uncle Philip and says, listen, you treat me different from your employees. An employee, you know, if you don't pay him, he goes away. But me, you don't pay, and I don't think it's fair, because I add the same value, if not more, than your employee. Okay? So what do you suggest, Uncle Philip? Now, Uncle Philip can actually say two things. He can say, you know what? Okay, I understand. I'm sorry that I didn't respect you with money beforehand. So how about his $500 a month? Are you happy? Now, of course, it's not for everyone, just for those really, really important ones. Okay, so that's one option, but you can also say something else. You can say, I will offer you a 0.001% of the company, or an option on the stock, you know, at your discretion. Instead of money, you make the choice. That's also an option. So, as you ask the question, I'm saying he can actually go in two routes. And one second, in the first option, when he offers money, then he takes the risk. Philip takes the risk. And the creator gets a fixed amount, but he has no chance of scoring big time when Facebook buy the platform. But on the other hand, if he says, you know what, okay, don't pay me now, but give me a small percentage, then he takes a risk. Basically, the creator takes a risk, but he has a far bigger chance of, in the future, actually making a lot of money. And I just want to say that in Google, you know, many of the original workers of Google who got options instead of money became multi-millionaires because they weren't greedy. They said, you know what, don't pay me now, just give me a bit of stock. And when they went to the, IPO, they became multi-millionaires. So this is a decision that I would leave between Uncle Philip and the creators. And once again, I have to specify only a handful of creators are actually we're talking about here. All the others are, like playing in the sandbox, but they're not that important in the big scheme of things, full stop.
Yes. Creators like Uncle George Diak, my good friend, who clearly contributes massively to the community with his time and effort, would be one of those small handfuls I would postulate.
I do
well,
not. No, not necessarily, actually. Even though Uncle George does a lot of stuff, and his stuff is cool, unless Philip, in his mind, he leverages George's stuff to his profit, he doesn't deserve it. In other words, okay, let's take the arcade, okay? The arcade, there's no coding there at all. All there is physics. So Uncle Project, who makes the arcade, he has taken the physics engine here and tried to push it to the limit. And because of that, the arcade is a very important showcase. And also, we know that when Uncle Philip has his important gifts, he takes them over there because it's a good place to display how physics works. Okay, in other words, the arcade and the work of Uncle Projector is vital to the way Uncle Philip brings in investors and shows them his progress through Projector's work. Now, let me tell you a secret. Uncle Philip knows this. So, what he does, he pays for Uncle Projector's hosting. I don't know if you know that, but Uncle Projector doesn't pay anything for the hosting because High Fidelity said to him, you know what, you're so important, we'll pay for it. Now, you know how much the hosting is? It's maybe $40 a month, 40, maybe. So, what this means is, someone in High Fidelity said, this is worth investing $40 a month because we get so much more. I would say they're getting such a good deal because if Uncle Projector said to him, listen guys, $40 is nothing, it doesn't even go in my pocket anyway, so if you don't pay me real money, I would just take it and go, that would make them think. And I would say they would make a special private deal with him. So that's my point, basically. There are some creators so important, they need to be compensated with a special personal deal. Not a deal that everyone knows about, but it's one-to-one, it's business. They help High Fidelity Incorporated secure investors in tens of millions of dollars, and if they weren't there, High Fidelity would have to hire some expert to do the same thing, So they're saving money. It's just common sense. Full stop.
Yes, this is a thoroughly reasonable, it seems to me, proposition and explanation, and it makes it very clear. Thank you for that, Commander Out of Order. However, there is one thing that isn't sitting entirely comfortably with me, which is the concept that reward in this society should be based on commercial value. I think one thing that has shown us about the internet, and an analogy I might use would be net neutrality, that it is not always in the best interests of big corporations, but it is in the best interests of the small users of the society and the community. If the spirit of open source suggests that what is going to be great about the future for this community is the fact that no corporation has overall control, should we at this stage be thinking very seriously about whether value equates to the corporate profitable, it equates directly to the corporate value of any given endeavour? Question mark.
Okay, I can assure you.
Because, sorry, let me just, sorry.
Okay.
Yes, but I withdraw mark.
One second, we're glitching because of bottled water. So let me just make him vanish for a second. Unfortunately, Uncle Budwater, you're becoming a nuisance, so you've gone.
Wait a minute, no, don't be so trigger happy. Perhaps Bull Traveller has something to contribute to our conversation.
Unfortunately,
Let us, but I'm not letting him we're not letting him get a word in edgeways.
I'm sorry, but
Let me...
listen, I can't bring
Projector
him back.
had his funding pulled yesterday.
It's broken. Okay, thank you for coming back. Okay, so you said, come back, Budwater, come back. I hear you. Come here. All right. So...
You scared him.
No, come back.
Anyway, let me finish.
No, did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? I can't hear your paddles anymore. Your audio is broken.
Hang on, you hear me now?
I do,
You
yes.
hear me?
I hear you.
So, just to clarify my question, or my discomfort at the everything you have said in explanation about who should be fairly rewarded and how makes perfect sense. However, there is just one thing that I am slightly uncomfortable about, and that is this equation between reward value and the interests of...
Okay, I don't know, we're glitching. I don't hear you anymore. I do not hear you. You're talking, but nothing's coming out of your mouth, you know?
From other countries.
hang on.
Okay, I hear you now. Now I hear you.
Okay, so what I'm saying is I'm not sure that I am entirely comfortable with the concept that reward for people's endeavours, creative and technical and time, should equate purely with commercial value. And I'm thinking specifically of things like the arts, culture, you know, artistic endeavour, musical endeavour, does not always equate fundamentally and directly to commercial value. Now, if everything is to be weighed against corporate profits and values, and then perhaps we wouldn't have the richness of variety that arts can give us. And, you know, an analogy I would give would be the concept, the very crucial concept of net neutrality. If we leave it to the corporations to decide what is of value to their users, then it's likely that all we will get on the internet is that which can provide them with a profit. Which is why, personally, I think it is absolutely crucial that the great value to humanity that the internet provides is safeguarded from control by corporations. And whilst I applaud the concept of open source virtual society, it is also perhaps important that we ensure that corporations aren't allowed to judge what is of value to that community, but the community should be able to judge what is the value to it? Question mark.
Okay, so I would first of all like to say that your 6-minute question was very long, and Commander out.of.order finds it difficult to relate to a 6-minute question because it's long, you know. But I would try to address 2 points you made that are very interesting. The first question is about the open source, and I would like to say something interesting. The second, Facebook would buy Fidelity. Fidelity would not be open source anymore. They would close it off, not open source, because they bought it for their interests. So, although it's open source now, it's open source because it helps Uncle Philip keep the costs down of making this amazing piece of software. But when a corporation buys it for real, they can easily decide, you know what, from now on it's closed. So what does this mean? Until now it was open. You can't take that away, but future versions that come out of Facebook, for example, will not be open. But it's not that it will cost money. It's like they'll say, you know what, the server is free to use, only there's no open source on it. You can still make JavaScript, you know, scripts, but there's no open source. It's simple. So that is answer number 1 about the open source. Don't think that because you like it, it will stay. No, the second the big corporations buy in, it's the end of the open source.